Holy cow, this is all bad.
Yeah, we yelling at the screen every Sunday night. Talk slick, throw the remote, we just want it right. Front office tripping, man, they can't get it right. Whole city heated, but we still gon' fight. We talking Bulls trade, biz drafts, missed calls, club slump, soft rebuild. We seen it all. Yeah, we loud, yeah, we gritty. I'm a little frustrated, but I still love my city. Yeah, north side, south side, west, we united.
Welcome back to Holy Cow, the Chicago Cubs show here at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. The Cubs will be playing their 11th game of the season in about 10 minutes, 6:40 Eastern, first pitch. But I'm not super energized at the moment, and I'm going to come right out and say it. I am absolutely pissed off, disappointed, and frustrated with how this season has started for the Cubs. We are 10 games down, and the Cubs are sitting dead last in the NL Central, a division that was supposed to be theirs to just play with. It was supposed to be a plaything for them. They had the Cardinals, who were supposedly punting on the season. The Brewers supposed to be taking a step back after they got rid of two of their best players. The Pirates and the Reds, we already know what they are, but the Reds, Hunter Green, their best pitcher, he's done until maybe midsummer or even the second half of the season. And the Pirates, they're just they're just young, and they don't really know what they got going on for themselves right now. It's supposed to be the Cubs all day, all the time right now. And they were projected at one point, going right before the season started, maybe a 95 or better wins team. Not to say that any of that still can't happen, but when you have those type of expectations, those type of projections, and you have the opening season schedule that the Cubs had, start the season with the Nationals, come back with the Angels. Then you have the Guardians. Now the Tampa Bay Rays. That type of on-ramp is supposed to set you up for you to have your feet kicked up all summer. We are 2 games under 500 after 10 games. After we dropped the first game against the Tampa Bay Rays, in another familiar fashion in which the bullpen just let it go and the offense didn't do enough. I don't know where to go from here. This is the worst start for this team since 2021. The Milwaukee Brewers are already 3.5 games better than us, and they're pulling away. There's no reason to believe that they are not going to slow down. I said this before. Every time you think they're dead, they just roll back over. They are like the biggest, nastiest, stupidest roach that you can find in Wisconsin. And there's a lot of them in Wisconsin. Every time you think they're done, they just pop right back up. This past weekend against the Cleveland Guardians, the Cubs dropped 2 out of 3, and they looked completely disinterested with playing baseball. Uninspired, mediocre 3 games for the season. Friday was horrible. It was a nightmare. Saturday got rained out, and they had a doubleheader on Sunday. The Cubs somehow completely lucked up into a 1-0 win in game 1 of that doubleheader after dropping the first game of the series. But that's mostly because Edward Cabrera, he's probably one of the only few bright spots so far this season. I'll give more on him later. But he pitched out of his mind in that first game. He took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. A lot of walks. Still got to work on some of that control. But a no-hitter nonetheless. Miguel Amaya bailed us out with a late RBI single for the Cubs to win 1-0. Game 2, complete disaster. And if you needed 2 words to describe the first 10 games of the series, that would be it. Complete disaster. Dumpster fire. I think I like those 2 words better. We jump out to a 3-0 lead, and I'm listening to the radio. I'm thinking this game, oh, yeah, we finna sweep this doubleheader. Oh, yeah, the Cubs are back. Guardians come right back, tie it up. Then Ian Happ hits a huge go-ahead home run in the 8th inning, make it 4-3. Again, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Cubs are going to go ahead and do their thing. All we need to do is just close it out. Couldn't do that. Craig Counsell, he put in Jacob Webb, who comes in and completely looks overmatched for the situation. He gave up the game-tying home run. Then he followed that with a walk. Then he then a 2-run single, and next thing you know, 6-4 their way. The offense, even though the Cubs have 4 runs, it's pretty much just home run or nothing. The offense is lifeless. The defense is making errors, and the bullpen management from Craig Counsell is terrible. Craig, guys like Hobie Milner and Jacob Webb, why Ben Brown, you see they don't have it. Why are they still staying out there for so much longer just to tack on more and more runs that this offense just can't fight back from? I don't understand the management. Maybe it's it's some other guys some rest or stuff like that. I don't know. But nothing that we got going right now is working. The Cubs have the same record as the White Sox. They have the same record as Jerry's team. If that's not a reason to ring the alarm, I don't know. 10 games into the season, there's 152 left, 151 after today. But at no point should this team be on the same wavelength as that team. That team started off 1-5. Now they have the same record as the Cubs. Usable. And you can't win the World Series in April, but you could damn sure lose it. I know in September you're gonna wish you had the Guardians, the Angels, the Nationals, and the Rays on your schedule. No, you won't have them on your schedule. You're gonna have to play real teams. So you're gonna wish you did more in April to set yourself up. Because right now it's looking like we got to fight for this division. And last I looked, according to some of the sports books, the Cubs are no longer the favorite in the division. You know who is? Pisses me right off.
Need a Garrett's popcorn break.
Let's move on to the next segment, which is even more disheartening than having expectations and being 2 games under after 10 games. Heartbreaking news about Cade Horton. I was going to recap the Guardian series right after it happened. But some say, I want to wait till we get this Cade Horton news. Because when he got pulled out of that game, I was pissed off. Like, come on, bro. Not you. Not you, not now. Because I'm going to wait to see what happens. And because I want to have all that in the same episode. Save me some work and keep the same vibe going. During that start on Friday, game 1 of the Cubs series against the Guardians, he pointed to his forearm and he had to lead the game, throwing just 17 pitches. He left the game crying. They had said it was forearm tightness, and if you hear forearm tightness, people that's watched baseball enough, you understand that this is just you're on the path to TJ once you start having these injuries. Justin Steele had forearm tightness a few times, and next thing you know, elbow surgery. He's coming back from TJ right now. After they let the inflammation, wind down or whatever, and then take the MRI, there was some thought like, okay, maybe it's going to be IL stent, but it won't be as bad. But you knew. Even if it's not that bad, you knew what's coming down the pipe. Today, April 7th, Cade Horton flew to Texas to see Dr. Keith Meisner, got the MRI, and it was terrible. It isn't just an IL stay. He's done for the season. He is immediately going to undergo elbow surgery. Won't see him back in the major leagues of 2027 at the earliest. The Cubs are now losing a guy who was supposed to lead this staff, supposed to be the ace for this team. Even though he wasn't the open day starter, he had the best stuff. He was supposed to breathe that bridge between a steady Matt Boyd, more on him later, and the returning of Justin Steele, who, after TJ and so many arm injuries to himself, what do you really realistically expect from? Edward Cabrera, he's had his injury history too. Cade was supposed to be that guy. It's so sad right now. It is really derails the rotation. And shout out to Jed, shout out to Carter, who stocked up on starting pitching, who stocked up on long guys in the in the bullpen. You were kind of expecting that there could be some injuries, so we wanted to be prepared for worst case scenario. Worst case scenarios here, because it got worse. Monday, they put Matthew Boyd on a 15-day IL. He's got a left bicep strain. Boyd in the front office, they were saying they're optimistic that it won't be anything significant. But let's be real here. Pitchers with bicep strains and Boyd at his age, that's about a 4-week thing, if not more. Saying he's going to be a quick return, that's risky. And I'm going to say it again. Boyd, he's not a young guy. He's had a lot of injury concerns. If you recall last year, I've said, hey, Boyd's innings is getting up there. He threw career high in innings last season for the Cubs. He's had injury concerns. Now he's got a bicep thing. If you think it's going to be 15 days, I would love to see it. But there's no reason to believe that it will be 15 days. This could be another month. I mean, we probably won't see Boyd back until maybe creeping up on June. It would not shock me. Add Horton and Boyd to that list that I already said. Justin Steele's still working his way back. Jordan Wicks is still working his way back. Steele from the elbow, Wicks from the forearm issue. This pitching staff that was thick was supposed to be loaded with guys who can, step right in. Not so much anymore. And you don't have that really depth no more. They had to call up Javier Assad, who may have called him up earlier than he was ready after he was down there in Iowa getting, not to say that what you do in Iowa as it matters when you're doing rehab starts, it isn't necessarily important how that happened. If you're not hitting, if you're getting rocked as he was, that's not necessarily important. The most important thing, you want to be able to make it through your rehab starts, and he got there. But this is the worst case scenario right now. The Cubs are losing, the offense stinks, and the pitching is getting hurt. Horton was the one guy that they needed to stay healthy all year, and now he's done in April. 2/5, 40% of the opening day starting pitching. That's the opening day starter and the number 2 starter. They are on the IL right now. And you can probably pencil in Jamison Tyone. He'll probably see the IL at some point soon too. Because if you've been paying attention, his velo has been way down since spring training. All of this, again, while those stupid Brewers are 8-2, the Cincinnati Marge Shots are 7-3, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are 6-4. This can't be life. You cannot ask for a more ass start to the season for the Cubs. The only little bit of good news is that is Seiya Suzuki. He's been down in Knoxville on his rehab assignment, and he's been taking good swings. I would expect him to be back up here by the weekend when the Cubs see the Pirates at Wrigley starting on Friday. The Cubs need that bat. The Cubs need somebody who could put some pop into the ball. I need somebody who can move runners across. Seiya had a career high season last year in home runs and RBI. With all the guys who are swinging and missing and can only connect on a home run here and there, he'd be an added help. Kevin Alcantara as well. Because Michael Conforto, he's not doing anything for this team. He's not. The one walk here and the one hit here and there, it's not working. The experiment, it's 11 games in. The experiment has reached a conclusion. They need to go ahead and sit him down. Alcantara, come up. What's the point? Well, Alcantara is killing it down there in the minors. Go ahead and bring him up. Let's see what's cooking, because Conforto's not working out, and Ballesteros, he was supposed to be the guy. He was supposed to be a Rookie of the Year candidate at DH. Bro, not off to a good start. And I'll let that segue right into the who's hot and who's not portion of this show. Let's start with the positives. Who's hot? Elber Cabrera. He's looking like a bona fide ace. I mean, he's got to be right now, right, with Boyd and Cade Horton on the IL. He's probably the ace of the team. No disrespect to Shota Imanaga, but he gave up 0 runs and just 1 hit over 5 2/3 innings in that game against Cleveland. Like I said, deep into the game. Imanaga, who would not to be outdone, pitched right behind him in that doubleheader. He had a really start Sunday too. He went 5 innings, only gave up 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. The bullpen did him no favors, but it is what it is. Those 2 guys, they got to be elite for us. until we get Still back. And I'm saying that fully aware that I don't have no idea what Still look like when he gets back. It's defeating right now. But hey, every team's going to have their own set of struggles, set of things they got to overcome through the course of a long 162 game season, 6 months of grueling day in and day out baseball. Cubs are getting theirs early. Hopefully, it's just now. We don't have to go through this month after month after month. Let's figure this thing out, and we can get this thing back on tracks. Who else has been hot? Nico Horner. What else can I say about that guy? Nico, he's been the most consistent bat by far. He always leading the team. He's got a OPS of 843, and he's come through in the clutch with RBI singles for the most part. Stays Miguel Amaya right behind him. He's been a rare bright spot at the plate. He's hitting over 400. He's not playing a lot. Carson Kelly's getting the majority of the starts, but when Miguel's been in, he's looked good. Who also is hot? One more guy, Matt Shaw. Matt Shaw, he had a home run the game against the game 1 against the Tampa Bay Rays. He's getting his bearings over there in right field. He's not making as many he's not taking as many bad angles to flyouts. So I like to see that. He hitting home runs at back-to-back games against Cleveland and Tampa. Need to see more though. Who's not? I could put down everybody I didn't say. You could probably say they're not hot, but because where do I begin with this? The whole team is batting 208, 208, and let's start right here with the $175 million man, Alex Bregman. Bro, anytime now. You can show up anytime now. I would love to see it. This team needs some professional hitting. Somebody who's, who approaches the game with a keen eye. We need that. You're supposed to be the cornerstone of the offense. You got $175 million. You are a World Series champion. None of that explains why you look entirely lost at the plate. You got a 544 OPS. Not going to cut it. In that series against the Guardians, for forward runners in scoring position. Absolutely not. Not going to work. That's not going to work for us. Pico Armstrong. Another guy with a massive contract. He's a young guy. Not going to do too much. But the title of best, whether that's best player on the team, best player in your division, conference, or in the game, it can't be when no one expects it. What you did last year when you came out of nowhere, great. You have to do it when everyone expects it for it to really matter. That's when everyone's trying to get you out. You still succeed. That's separates the pretenders from the real contenders, the guys who are really the best in the sport. This 487 OPS, not going to go. Bat speed is up, and he admitted himself that's because he's late on a lot of fastballs. He got bad habits, and he's trying to swing too hard to catch up. I'm not liking the patterns here. Me and a lot of other people compared him to Javi last year because of the vibes, because of the fantastic high octane offense and the flashy defense. Don't pull up the bad parts of Javi. Javi's my guy. He's still my favorite player in the game. Don't make yourself a strikeout monster. Get it together. Michael Busch and Dansby Swanson. Two other guys. Busch went 0 for 11 over the weekend, and he's got a 176 batting average. Horrible. Just 10 games. Horrible. To go 0 for 11 to go hitless for an entire series? Come on, man. It's only so much we can blame on the weather. I'm about sick of the weather excuse. Bats got to start finding balls. That's just it. Swanson, he ain't much better, but I think we pretty much expect Dansby to be erratic on the offensive side. He's batting 125, which is crazy. These guys are getting paid way too much for this type of output. Bullpen, specifically Phil Madden, specifically Jacob Webb, specifically Ben Brown. Madden has a guaranteed $14.5 million contract this offseason, and he's been pretty much a batting practice pitcher at this point of the season. He's giving up home runs every time he takes the mound. Jacob Webb, he pitched in relief during the 8th inning of the game 2 I spoke about earlier in the doubleheader against the Cleveland Guardians. High leverage situation, trying to protect a 4-3 lead, and he failed in the most emphatic way you could possibly do that. His performance was awful. Fly out to start the outing. Game tying home run, single, walk, 2-run single. Now the Guardians are up 6-4. He was pulled from the game only after giving up a 2-run single. It's hard enough to have one reliever struggling, Jacob Webb. But when you got Phil Madden, when you have another one, Phil Madden, Ben Brown, another one, and Hunter Harvey are all struggling at the same time, it was a bad series, bad weekend for the Cubs. Let's talk about Ben Brown. The last episode I talked about Ben Brown has been some type of reclamation project of sorts. Boy, did he make me eat my words quickly on that. I want to take that back so fast. So Ben Brown pitched. He just made one appearance in the Cleveland Guardians series. He pitched 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks out of the 10 batters he faced. At some point, we just got to give this one up. Everybody say he's got great stuff. He's got 3 pitches? 3. I mean, usually if you got 3 pitches, you're a starter. But every time he comes in, if it's not a clean inning, the kid is just rattled. And I don't know. He's not a starter. You can't put him in high leverage situations. He's got the stuff to be a long reliever, but we're trying to do stuff this season. We got expectations. And when you have expectations, everything's ratcheted up. If he can't perform when the pressure's up, then he can't be on the team. That's just it. This team needs a wake-up call, and they need to have it before April slips away. You don't want to find yourself 6, 7, 8 games out by May 1st. That is one hell of a hill to climb back. I mean, it's possible, but given the injury situation, given everything else going on with this team, how confident would you be that this team could do it? How much money would you bet on that? Like I said, opening pitch just happened. Well, first pitch just happened in game 2 of the Cubs versus Tampa Bay Rays. Javier Assad got called up, and he's got the ball for the Cubs. The Rays had a late pitching change as their starter, Rasmussen, his wife, went into labor. Congratulations to them. So it'll be a pin game for the Rays. Thanks for tuning in for Holy Cow. That's better week of Cubs baseball. Fly to W. Appreciate you tapping into this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Don't matter if you was watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Apple. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with everybody on the block, and hit the notification bell so you never miss none of our daily drops. And to all the guys from the Shy, we say 3 things. Bear down, fly to W, and sell the team, Jerry.